What's up, guys? Welcome back to Dropout CFB. Week 11, kind of an uneventful week. Texas beat, I forget who.
Vanderbilt.
Texas beat Vanderbilt. Other than that, pretty boring week.
That was a pretty boring game. I feel
Yeah.
like Texas dominated
Yeah.
throughout that game.
Pretty much.
The score is pretty vanity, I would say.
Yeah.
A lot of garbage time touchdowns for Vanderbilt there.
Yeah, so today we got our Heisman top 5, we got our championship game predictions, and then we got our college football playoff predictions for tonight. So we'll start with Derek.
Starting with my number one, Ty Simpson out of Alabama. 2,184 passing yards, 20 touchdowns, only one interception. Really keeping the ball out of harm's way this year, playing good football, seeing the field well, and finding his weapons.
And then at my number one, I have Fernando Mendoza, just because he's doing equally great things. I think they're both doing great. He's doing it with less, in my opinion. I mean, if you look at the guys on the field at Alabama, you have Ryan Williams. And then if you look at the guys on the field at Indiana, I couldn't even name a single receiver there. So I give it to Mendoza at number one so far.
Mendoza's my number two, personally. He's had a great season. Throwing the football, 21 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. So also keeping the ball out of harm's way there.
Yeah, fair enough. And then for me, I have Ty Simpson at number two. Pretty much the best quarterback in the country, but like I said, he's got a lot of weapons. So I have the number two, but it's really close.
In my number three spot, I have Marcel Reed. Throwing the football, he's been okay, but what really separates him from other guys, in my opinion, is his dual threat ability and his ability to escape the pocket.
For sure.
The one reason he's not higher up on this list is he throws the ball into harm's way a little too much for me.
Yeah.
Already has 6 interceptions this year, which is not great.
Yeah, I know. Mendoza has, I believe, 4, and Simpson only has 1, so that's definitely a big difference. Jeremiah Love is my number 3. A little high for running back, but he's the best running back in college football. 1,121 yards total, 14 touchdowns. That's passing or receiving and rushing. So he's having a great year. He's making Notre Dame's offense look really good.
Yeah, for me, Jeremiah Love's my 4th spot, last finalist for me. The reason he's the last finalist for me is just it's a quarterback award at the end of the day. And they always have one skill position guy up on the podium or whatever.
Yeah, and then I have Marcel Reed at number 4. He's an elite runner. He's a solid passer, but he's an elite runner. Ran all over Notre Dame. I think he's going to run all over Texas in a couple weeks. He has Texas A&M rolling. So
yeah,
that's our top 4. Let's get into the championship games.
For me in the SEC, it's going to be Bama, Alabama, and Texas A&M. I think these two teams are powerhouse teams at the moment. And personally, I think Alabama wins the SEC conference game there with just more firepower, better quarterback play, stuff like that, better defense.
Yeah, I have Alabama beating Texas A&M as well. Unless something crazy happens with A&M, that's going to be the matchup, and I think Bama wins that matchup.
Yeah, and then in the Big Ten, I have Indiana, Ohio State. I personally think Ohio State comes away with this game with just more talent on that field, and they've been in these type of moments before, big games. Obviously, winning the national championship last year, so these guys are really used to playing high stakes games.
Right.
And Ryan Day's been in this spot many times before, obviously.
Yeah. So I have Ohio State winning against Indiana as well. However, don't be shocked if Indiana wins that game. I had Oregon rolling Indiana a couple weeks ago at Oregon, and Indiana won that game. So I think they're a lot different from last year, and I also think that Ohio State's not as good as last year, arguably. So I don't know. I have Ohio State winning that game, but don't be shocked if Indiana does something crazy there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, with Sand at quarterback,
he's young.
Young guy doesn't have too much experience in the big games. I think if that defense can just control that game and really stop that Indiana offense, they should easily be able to walk out of there with a win.
Yeah, for
just
sure.
because they have so much talent on that field.
Yeah.
For the ACC, I have Louisville and Georgia Tech. To me, that's a weird conference. I don't really see a lot of these teams being great teams. But personally, I think Georgia Tech does win that football game. just with Haynes King and his ability to take over a game with his legs.
Yeah. That's two teams that after the season are going to have to worry about their coaches leaving. That's two great coaches. I think Louisville is going to win this game. I love Georgia Tech. They might win. But I'm going to go with Louisville. I love Jeff Brom. He's won a lot of big games there. He's beat Miami a couple of times now. Georgia Tech's done some great stuff too. But give me Louisville.
Yeah. Then in the Big 12, I have a rematch of this upcoming week's game, BYU-Texas Tech.
Big game too.
Personally, I think Texas Tech gets it done. I feel the quarterback of BYU's, he's a little inexperienced in these big-time games as he hasn't played many of them, being a true freshman, but who knows? We shall see.
So I have the same matchup, BYU Texas Tech. I think that Texas Tech is going to win this week at home. I think it's going to be a good game. I think they're going to win by 1 or 2 scores. But then I think that BYU is going to get the rematch and they're going to beat them in that championship game to make the playoff.
Okay, wow.
And then with that, we have our selection. It's selection night. It's Tuesday as we're recording this. So we have our predictions for what they're going to put out on ESPN tonight.
Yeah, my number 1 is Ohio State. I mean, to me, it's been the best team in the country so far.
Yeah.
The defense is really good. Offense does their job.
Just do your goal.
For number 2, I have Indiana. Arguably the best team in the country. Not me personally, but arguably.
A lot of people are saying that.
Yeah, arguably the best team in the country. Number 3, I have Alabama. I think they're a better team than Texas A&M right now, and they just have that one small hiccup in week 1, obviously against Florida State. For number 4, I have Texas A&M. You know, obviously undefeated team in the SEC. Is no small feat so far.
Yeah.
So we'll see how the rest of their season pans out.
Yeah.
Number 5, I have Georgia. You know, holding up to standards. Have that hiccup against Alabama. Number 6, Ole Miss. I personally think they're better than Oregon right now because Oregon's resume to me is not that strong.
Yeah.
So, and I think Ole Miss has a better loss on paper.
Yeah.
Number 7, I have Oregon. They're playing well, good football. 8, I have BYU, undefeated. 9, I have Texas Tech. You know, for obvious reasons, they've been obviously one of the best teams in the Big 12
in any conference.
Number 10, Notre Dame. 11, I have Virginia, just the best ACC team out there so far.
Yeah.
Undefeated in conference play.
Yeah.
Number 12, group of 5, I have Memphis. I think they will end up being the team that gets in.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I agree. Memphis has been super impressive as a group of 5 team for a lot of years. And I think this is the year that they make that step into the top 12 for the playoffs. That being said, my number 1, also Ohio State. Not much to be said there. Undefeated, reigning champions, so got to be Ohio State. Number 2, I also have Indiana. Like I said, don't be shocked if they beat Ohio State, but also, if it's anything like last year, they might turn into a huge disappointment too. But right now I have them number 2 because they're undefeated in the Big Ten. Texas A&M, I have a number 3. Undefeated in the SEC, and you beat Notre Dame in their house. And Marcel Reed's a Heisman candidate. Texas A&M looks really good. Number 4 for me is also going to be Alabama. You know, Ty Simpson's great. DeBoer's really turned it around there. But they do have that one loss. That's why I have them at 4 instead of 3. My number 5 spot is also Georgia. Georgia's really good. Lost to Bama, and then they beat my number 6, Ole Miss. Who's also a one-loss team, looking really good. Number 7 is BYU. I have them a little higher just because they're one of only 4 teams that's undefeated. We're pretty late in the season, so who knows if they're really better than, you know, some of the teams behind them. Like, I think Notre Dame might smoke them. But based off what I think the committee's going to do, you disagree. Yeah. But I have them number 7. We'll see if the committee agrees. 8, I have Oregon. I like Oregon, but Dante Moore hasn't been that impressive. And now that Penn State is as bad as they are, they have no impressive wins. They lost at home. So I have them at number 8. and they're not going to get to play for a conference championship. So I have them at 8. And then Texas Tech is going to be my number 9 team for now. You know.
Yeah, they have that one small hiccup. But
yeah, on the road,
they do have
they have as good a loss.
backup.
Yeah, they have as good a loss as you
quarterback
could have. But I have them number 9. I think BYU's going to win that conference anyway. Number 10, I have Notre Dame. They're going to smoke BYU if that really is a matchup. But I have number 10 because 2 losses. Otherwise, they're probably a top 4 team.
Did you say that? Really?
No,
and Miami,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, they're good. Just wait for them to be in the championship. So, in my number 11 spot, Virginia. I don't think they're going to win the ACC, but this is what the committee is going to put tonight because they are right now the best ACC team. I think Ole Miss will smoke them if that game happens. And the number 12, I have Memphis. That's another first-round exit, but you got to put the group of 5 teams in.
Yeah.
So we'll throw Memphis in.
For sure. Only one bet of the week this week. Last week, super shitty. I mean, wow.
Yeah.
Got smoked on the books, boys.
Typical.
But this week I have BYU plus 10 at Texas Tech. I think it's a lot of points to give up for a very good football team, honestly. I think they're a well-coached team, and their guys play. They play ball. So I think 10 points is a lot to give to the, number 8 team in the country?
Yeah, I think that's shocking.
Yeah, so I think
even at home.
I think they keep it inside 1 score there.
Yeah. That's
Anything
it.
else?
So, one more thing to add. We had another fired coach. It's just they keep coming. Hugh Freeze was fired at Auburn. Not really surprising, but
could be a Gruden.
It's going to be a crazy coaching, what do they call it? Coaching cycle.
Yeah.
Because there's so many. I mean, you got LSU, Arkansas, Florida, who else? Auburn,
Penn
Penn State. That's 5.
Oklahoma State.
Yeah. Like, there's all these big-time jobs. So that's going to be interesting. It's a bad year to fire your coach.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think he needed to be fired. But it's going to be hard for all these teams to find good replacements. But I guess we'll see. Other than that, we'll see you guys next week after Week 12 for another analysis.
Yeah.
All right.
I think Gruden gets hired, though, at one of the SEC schools.
Yeah, no, I do too. John Gruden will definitely be an SEC coach this year. 100%. All right, we'll see you guys in the next one.